stage. Krisha, if you would like to unmute yourself. Awesome. Welcome, Krisha. So happy to have you here. Way.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry, my background is really messy. I had the Zoom thing on before. Hi, everyone. How are you? Charlene, your information was amazing. I love that there's such an emphasis on, helping heal our body from the inside. It's so important. So I caught the tail end of yours. So thank you for that. Hi, Haley. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm amazing. All right. Hi, everyone, whoever's on here live or watching the replay. My name is Krisha Young, and today I'm going to help you feel fulfilled and free in 20 minutes flat. I know that sounds like a really big promise, but we're going to get there. So I'm Krisha Young, and I'm here to help powerful women, leaders go from, is this it? Like a life of, is this it? To, I freaking love my life in 3 months or less. I'm a podcaster. My podcast is The Dirt and the Divine, and it is all really deep, very powerful, conscious conversations around sexuality, spirituality, health, wellness, all the rest of it. So I've got some notes in front of me here so that I stay on track and on time, because I have a tendency to just love to talk, but it's not scripted. So you probably get a lot of advice on how to do stuff in your business, in your life, but you might often find yourself like in procrastination mode or feeling really unfulfilled or blocked by limiting beliefs, right? So today's talk is going to help you with practices I use with my private clients on how you can bust through these blocks and get what your heart desires, right? And live a meaningful life with true feminine prosperity, okay? So here's what you gotta know. You gotta know what it is that you want and what it feels like to actually have it, even if you don't physically have it yet, and what it feels like to not have it. You need to take inspired action, so smaller steps to go out and get it, right? And then this is the big part that most people kind of don't really, this missing piece really is you need to be able to receive it when it comes, okay? So, when you see another woman wearing a funky piece of jewelry or some super cool clothes or something like that, and you think to yourself, oh my God, I would love to do that or be like that, but you think to yourself, oh, I probably could never, or I shouldn't do that, right? Or maybe you see a couple who is completely loved up, totally like sexy with each other and all that, and you have that sensation in your body where you're just like, ooh, it's all exciting and it's warm, that in love feeling. But maybe that is followed up with some doubts and some feelings of, like a pang of, oh my God, but I'm never gonna have that. Or maybe you know somebody who's really at peace within themselves, who allows all of the worries and the stress of life just to roll off them, doesn't get caught up in the drama of anything. She speaks what's on her mind and exudes genuine, not insta-perfect, genuine happiness and joy. And you think to yourself, oh yeah, I'll want that, but I'll achieve it when, right? Well, I'm here as a living example of a woman who used to be 60 pounds overweight. I was alone in a sexless marriage, living the life in the suburbs, but I was feeling really shackled, afraid to be rejected. I was really sad, depressed, anxious most of the time. And I made this shift. And so I know anybody can. And my story in a nutshell is that I was raised by an alcoholic mother, and she taught me how to approach life from a victim mindset. So I was kicked out at 16, and this began this like codependent, toxic journey into relationships and into life. And I really believed that there's something fundamentally wrong with me forever, and that I needed to have like a partner, a relationship in order to be able to thrive in life. But at the same time, my whole entire life, probably the same as you, I felt like I was here for more. I felt like there was more, but I didn't feel like I was able to access it because, like many of us, I wasn't really given the proper tools as a child to thrive, right? Instead, I was given that mindset of lack, scarcity, fighting, control, manipulation, all the rest of it. But I was tapped in enough in my own soul to tell others, don't settle in life. And I was always giving that advice out to everybody else, but I wasn't really giving that advice to myself. And when I got pregnant with my first son, that's when I got the magical unicorn box opened up within me. All of a sudden, the intuition that was always there just burst open. And I was able to start to manifest things and create stuff in my life at lightning speed when I wasn't able to do that before. It was really cool. But when I was trying to lose the weight, I got caught up in that dreaded trap of diets and following that hamster wheel that like is impossible to get off sometimes. And I went into that self-doubt and the hatred of my body and all the rest of it. And that was where on that journey, I found holistic nutrition, and it opened me up to entrepreneurship and spirituality. And it was like I finally came home. So all of the things I knew inside of me was finally landed. And I don't know if you've had a moment like that or not in your lifetime, but I'm sure you've had plenty where you felt that like kind of peace and that sense of like, oh, I'm home. That is your soul. That is your truth. And that's the vibration that we should be. And I don't like to use the word should, but that we should be living in, because that is our truth. And holistic living and spiritual living, all of that is truth for me. Following my intuition is truth for me. Using these psychic abilities that I have is truth to me, even though there was a period of time where this was so woo-woo and out there that I denied it for myself, right? So I got to work for over a decade undoing all of that programming that I talked to you about a couple minutes ago. And it got to me to where I am today, where I can wear the funky jewelry and I own it. And I own my gifts and I own who I am as a woman. And I do feel that sense of inner peace and inner calm. And I get to do this for a living, teaching other women how to do this as well. So I'm so blessed and so lucky. And this really has helped me be a better mom, much more grounded and present and like fun. And it also allows me to run my business from a space of aligned flow, right? So for the next few minutes, I'm going to take you through some practices that are going to help you find that fulfillment within yourself. Okay. So the first one is a tantric practice about called self-inquiry. So if you're on here live or if you're watching the replay, what I would like you to do right now is just close your eyes, and we're going to connect your mind to your heart. Okay. So, and if you've got a pen and paper near you, fantastic. And I apologize for the noise. I think they're washing the windows outside here. Well, we'll just roll with it. So I'd like you to close your eyes for a quick second and take a breath and think to yourself, what would you like to be doing or being or having right now in your life? How does it feel like to be calm, peaceful, grounded, happy, joyful? With your eyes closed, I want you to just take a minute and feel, how does that feel in your body? Where do you feel that? Where does that sense? Is it a pulsing sensation radiating out of you? Is it in your heart? Is it in your solar plexus? Where is that in your body? I want you to pay attention to that, because our subconscious lives in our body, and that's where our messages are coming from. And anchoring that in will really help you determine the difference between when you're feeling in fear and when you're feeling in that love, high vibration state. So now we're going to shift gears a little bit. I want you to close your eyes again, take another breath. And I want to ask yourself, if you're not, why are you not pursuing your dream? What's in your way? What does it feel like to go the rest of your life not pursuing these big dreams of yours? And what does it feel like to not have your heart ignited every minute of every day? And that might seem unrealistic, but it's not, I promise you. And with your eyes still closed, can you describe it? What does lack feel like? What do limits feel like in your body? Where do you feel that? Is it crunchy? Is it anxious? What does that feel like in your body? What are the thoughts that come through your mind? So I'm hoping that this short little exercise is giving you that little anchoring within yourself about what it feels like to be in that expanded joy vibration and be in that fear and lack and can't have vibration. They're two very different ones. And when you can sense that and anchor that in, well, as you're going through, you'll know, oh, wait a minute, I'm not in my highest vibration right now. So the feeling of joy is our most natural state. That is our most natural state, no matter what's going on around you. So now we're going to take this and expand it a little bit more. So remember that feeling of joy, that feeling of love and expansionness. What is one small thing that you can do to this week or this month to go towards what it is that you want, okay? So when I work with my clients on changing their habits, I often hear them laying out this big grandiose plan, and that is really a big, massive sabotage. It sets you up for failure, right? I'm not saying don't dream big. I'm saying dream huge, but then chunk it down, right? How do you eat an elephant? One little bite at a time. And when you set yourself up to do these big, massive steps, it can feel really overwhelming, and then you don't do anything, or time gets in the way and you end up sabotaging yourself, right? So what I encourage my clients to do is to slow down, to speed up. They often don't like me, but they love me in the end because they get what they want and they get it in the most aligned way. So I call this the 1% challenge, which is anchoring one small step towards the bigger things that you want, right? And breaking it down this way and slowing down, you're going to hear the messages from your soul as opposed to the shoulds and what your mind thinks you should do and all of that, right? It really puts a different kind of spin on things and makes every step forward that you do very aligned, and it puts you on the right track in your life. It also helps you anchor it in. So for example, if you want to start eating or living healthier, right? You want to anchor in one healthy step at a time. So you might want to just start with some lemon water on the first few days, right? Anchor that in so it becomes a habit and you don't have to think about it anymore. And then you can add and add and add. Same thing in your business. If you want to raise your prices, raise them incrementally and so on and so forth, right? If you want to find the love of your life, start by just going on a dating site, and you don't have to do anything more than that, right? What you're doing is you're telling the universe, hey, I'm ready for this thing. You're setting the wheels in motion and you're following those small but steady incremental steps towards that ultimate fulfillment and that ultimate joy. And you're going to feel really good. And also what this does is it allows you to, if you make a misstep, if you're like, ooh, no, I don't like that thing, you can stop it and you don't have to collapse the whole entire thing in order to do that, okay? This also is really good if you're super busy and you've got kids and all that kind of stuff as well. It gives you progress without the perfection. So write your one thing down and make a promise to yourself that you're doing it, because that's being integrity with yourself. And when you're in integrity with yourself, it allows you to feel more confident and it increases your self-worth, right? And if you are not in integrity with yourself, I call this the integrity breach. And it's like, wah, wah, wah. It sends these signals within your body, makes you feel super anxious and throws up all of the subconscious shadow patterns that get you to stop, right? And that's when you feel that like crunchy sensation that I mentioned before. All right, lastly, can you open yourself up to receive more? So I have this free 5-day receiving challenge where I get my participants to go through a series of journal questions and practices to open them up to receive more and more. Most of us only receive a tiny fraction of what's available for us. It's unbelievable what the universe really, truly, truly, truly wants to give to us, only if we're open to receive it. So when you set this universe in motion, right, you've got your plan, you know what lack and scarcity and joy and love feels like in your body, right? Now you set this plan in motion. Well, guess what? It's going to happen, right? It's going to come to you. And what ends up happening a lot of the times is people go, overwhelm, or you hit a terror barrier, which is a Bob Proctor concept, where it just, your nervous system just can't handle it because your capacity to receive isn't wide enough. So you want to be able to open yourself up to receive more and more and more so that you can receive more and more and more money, more abundance, more love, more fun, more of all of it, okay? So that's the last thing that I want you to do. So your homework today, in addition to the other things that I mentioned, is to see how you can receive more than you give. And this is hard for a lot of people. It's going to be maybe a little uncomfortable. But I promise you, people love to give. You love to give. And so when you receive, you're allowing that other person to give to you. When you're blocking it, it doesn't feel good for them, right? It doesn't feel good for the universe. And then the universe is like, well, do you want it or not? So open up, give or receive more than you're giving, and resist that urge to give back if somebody gives to you. Okay, that's the uncomfortable work here, but it is truly, truly, truly the best work that you can do. Journal all of this over the next few days. See what comes up for you, and feel free to reach out to me on Facebook or Instagram. And if you want to join the free the 5-day receiving challenge, you can go to bit.ly this or better. I'm pretty sure I can put the link somewhere. And my final thoughts to you are to remember that gratitude is the easiest way to get back into high vibration flow. And the goddess energy as well is what helps tap us into the universal energy. So just having yourself a little dance party, doing some loving self-touch exercises, self-hug, something like that, having a really delicious, gorgeous bath with some Epsom salt, some rose oil. Those are really great things to ground you and put you in your body and put you in the vibration of the universe to be able to open you up to receive and help you feel grounded and super fulfilled in whatever it is that you are here to do in this lifetime. So thank you so much for being part of this workshop. I don't know if we have any time for questions or anything like that, or if I'm done, but that's all I have to share with me and my messy background. My kids were here and I'm like, oh crap, I haven't had a chance to clean.
I think Susan was fangirling over your messy background. She's like, it just shows that you are such a real person.
Totally. And I guess that's the point, is that you can have that, like this feeling, and nothing's perfect. Everything is still completely imperfect.
Yep. And you've got a couple people who have sent you connection requests and followed you on Instagram. So awesome.
How do I see that? And where do I put the link for the?
It's in the comments on the right. If you put your link in the private chat, I will copy it over and then go hunt it down in all the groups.
Okay. Yes. Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You have to kind of go around the, ring around the rosy and try to figure out how to get things in there. I will, yep, got it. I'm going to post it into the groups. I'm going to go find the post in the groups because it doesn't quite do exactly right. So it's bit.ly/this or better. That's awesome.
Great. Thank you. Oh, so look what Meg found. Intuition can change everything. Yes, it can. Susan, great. And their shoes. Yes, those are my running shoes from my run this morning.
That's awesome. Yeah. Living life authentically and doing all the things. Thank you so much, Krisha. Glad to have you here.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
And